So, hey Libra, my name is Chris, and this is your beautiful reading for whenever you find it. There's one card that wants to come out right away. That's the Page of Pentacles. You got everything you need to do whatever you want, to materialize, to manifest, to work on. You got strengths, you got the material things that you need to do it. Just do it. And if you go for it, there's the Chariot. Super support from the universe. By the way, I'm just doing 3 cards here. This is just a shorter reading for whenever you find it in 2026, I would say. Check out the summer reading, check out the yearly reading if you want the full picture, check out Sun, Moon and Rising. You're gliding over to something better, calmer shores. You're holding on to what you already got, what already works for you, but you're stepping up into a new chapter. You're going somewhere. Universe totally on your side. A Chariot, supportive energy from the universe. You just let it flow. You just do what you're doing. This is kind of you showing up, and there she is. I mean, okay, let's take a 5th card, because this is the Empress, right? This is the Empress underneath the 4 of Pentacles. So this tells me, don't worry, right? Don't worry. You might come from shadow aspects, you know, there's the 8 of Swords underneath that, but don't worry. Focus your attention on what you can do. What you can do. Even if you kind of hanging in there right now and can't do much, find something that makes sense to you. Find something. You've already got something here. The 4 of Pentacles is this energy where you try to complete yourself. And there is the wonderful Empress. Empress shows up all the freaking time in all the readings, summer 2026, by the way, right? So you want to complete yourself. Do not focus on your fears. Focus on what you can do right here, right now, one step at a time. You got everything you need. The universe is on your side, and you're gliding over to something better. Clarifiers, you're almost there. There's the 10 of Wands, the Magician, clarifying the Chariot. That's beautiful energy. The Ace of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles to the Ace of Pentacles. And yeah, there is this energy lurking of the 8 of Wands and the 8 of Swords here, and the 4 of Wands. So you are blessed, my friend. Libra, that's your reading, right? You're blessed. You got everything you need to build a fantastic life. Just play your cards wisely. Trust yourself. Trust that you have support, that the universe is backing you up. And you know, this energy of trying to protect what you already got is the underlying topic here. But you're no longer trying to protect what you already got. You're actually going forward to learn new things. You should be open to new possibilities, new chapters of your life, right? You want to be in this wonderful Empress mode, where just everything flows to you. There's abundance here. And with the that's the 4 of Pentacles, that's the 4 of Cups, right? Are you too focused on protecting or maybe even defending what you already got? And do you kind of lose connection to your possibilities, right? 4 of Pentacles holding on very tightly to what you already got. Maybe out of fear, because we've seen the 8 of Swords here. But there is so much possibility for so much more for you to come. So you need to step out a little bit out of your comfort zone, just because there are 7 chakras. You know, this is kind of the chakra system, 4 of Pentacles. 4 chakras is already there. And I say this again, what is missing is the solar plexus. What is missing is, let me think, that's the root, that's the sacral, it's the solar plexus is missing, throat and third eye is missing. So how do you connect to other people? There's a connection to other people that is kind of underrepresented in this depiction here of the Four of Pentacles. Then speaking your truth, throat chakra, right? Communicate what you can do with these Four Pentacles, right? And from that create a sense of security, of stability, of abundance. And this is the Empress. So it is time to come a little bit out of your shell. Super much support from the universe. You're making something happen. There's big prospect for wealth, abundance, and prosperity. But I think it's much more about you coming into your mastery. There's the Empress again. I wouldn't be surprised if it showed up either in your yearly reading or in the summer 2026 reading. Check that out. Absolutely. Wait a minute. Yeah. So, yeah. Looks pretty good. Let's just see what else we got. Oh, that's so complex. That's too complex for a short reading. Let's just take this one. Paulo Coelho. Maybe the journey isn't so much about becoming anything. Maybe it's about unbecoming everything that you're not. This is an interesting perspective, right? I talked about how you complete yourself to get into this frequency of inner mastery, right? That's the Empress. But sometimes it's not so much about, as Paulo Coelho suggested, not so much about becoming anything, but about unbecoming everything that is not really you. So are you holding on to things that were kind of given to you? Or, I don't know, maybe you wanted to make mom and dad happy, or your professor, or I don't know, whoever. And it's not really for you. Letting that go is also an act of healing, is also an act of growth. If you get rid of whatever does not serve your purpose. Chariot, super support, you got this. Mastery, happiness, abundance. But you have to trust it, you have to believe it, and you have to ease into it. Not struggling for it, just joyful, everyday, happy creation. That's how you get there. Not through worry, not through this old Pluto Capricorn approach where you have to double down on your efforts and work really hard and be really tough to yourself. No, being hard on yourself is no longer working with Pluto in Aquarius. Say it out loud. I'm grateful that my suffering did not turn me into those who inflicted it upon me. Somebody needed to hear that. Maybe there is fear underneath that, right? And if I dig a little deeper, there is also the devil, and that's where that fear comes from, but there's also justice. And I think in 2026, all that is in the deep past, right? So no worries there. But every now and then you might be still in this situation where you feel attacked, where you feel, have to hold on to what you've got, right? And you have to ease that holding on feelings, which is an expression of fear, and open up again for possibilities. Let go of the things that don't make sense to you. Even if it's a high-paying job or whatever, right? If you have to sell your soul for it, it's not worth it. And then open yourself up to that abundance, And if you went through some sort of hard night of the soul, where it was all about holding on to what you've got, then sometimes, and that is the Four of Cups, that offer of something better is first overlooked because you're so focused on your three little cups, right? You're so focused on holding on to your Four Pentacles, so to speak. These are all Four of Pentacles, Four of Cups cards where you're kind of hanging on to what you've got and you're kind of overlooking the possibility that is coming in for something way better than just the Four of Pentacles. That's the Empress, all four queens rolled into one. And how can you ease into it? How can you stop making it so hard for yourself, right? This is kind of the working approach, but you have to develop some sort of joyful, playful approach to come into this abundance. Universe totally on your side. If you do it, it's just happening. There's potential for wealth, abundance, and prosperity. You're gliding over to it. So much more joy. You got this. You got everything you need. Try to get rid of this heaviness, this heavy feeling of it. Sometimes it's not your fault that the world is a mess right now, right? Sometimes the world is just a mess and we have to deal with it. But in dealing with it, do not forget joy. Do not forget happiness. Do not forget playfulness. And if you remember that and make that a part of your everyday life, right, things will just fall into place. You were dealing with the devil. 2025 was the year of hell. No surprise there. Say it out loud. I am grateful that my suffering did not turn me into those who inflicted it upon me. That's for someone out there. So now it's time to rediscover joy and happiness. You truly deserve it. You are creating your world every moment. Waking up means taking responsibility for that in every moment. And that's exactly what you do. Not just holding on to what you've got in fear of losing it, not just doubling down with your efforts and work, but joyful, happy creation. You have a divine right to be here, to be happy, to be joyful. Of course, be pragmatic, be, smart about your stuff, your pentacles. Don't waste them, don't throw them away, what you've got. Work with them, but that's what you do. But it needs to be joyful. And the heaviness needs to go. So please, oh please, my friend Libra, take this cup. Take this cup of the Four of Cups, because this cup is joy, is self-love, is happiness, and then you're in this abundance mindset. Check out the yearly reading, check out the 2026 summer reading. You are creating your world every moment. Waking up means taking responsibility for that. And that also means that you're taking responsibility for the joy and happiness in your life. And be open to that. And that's all I got, and I hope it resonates with you. Share, like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think about it. And hopefully see you next time. Ciao.